Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. So, this weekend we're building another mid-century tiny house, and this one, oh my god, this one gave me nightmares. And now you're seeing the exterior and you're like, Beats, why? It's so simple, you didn't do anything. But honestly, the science behind what I did, it's too much, and the science, like, oh my god. And honestly, I'll try and explain, but essentially what you're seeing here, the yellow part of the house, is on a second floor. And as you can see, it's a different height from the rest of the house. So think of it in real life as two different high foundations connecting together, two rooms with different high foundations connecting together. Essentially, a great example is having a garage next to a raised foundation house. Obviously, this is something you can easily do in real life because it's not The Sims. However, in The Sims, you will run across many problems. You cannot connect the two foundations if they are different height, like you cannot have the two rooms touching. And that was the biggest problem that I had to face. Now, I usually take a screenshot every 7 minutes on the exterior and then you can see a change. It's enough of a change that makes a difference, but it's not too much that feels like, okay, what the hell did she do? Where all these things appeared from? However, in this case, I didn't take a screenshot every 7 minutes. It was so time consuming to figure out how to connect two rooms with different high foundations. That essentially took a screenshot every time that there was enough of a change to, be visible to you and like worth taking a screenshot. It took so many trial and errors to make it work, and I'm so proud of how it turned out. It looks super simple, but like, it wasn't. It honestly wasn't. Like, I gave up so many times. So, as per last week, so this week, I found the inspiration of the house from an actual house in the 50s. There is this website that's called Click Americana, I don't recall. I will add it on the description if you want to check it out. That has like houses, advertisements, newspapers, and so many things like from like years ago, decades ago. And it's so fun to see and go back. I think it's kind of like an archive. And it has also houses because I assume that in the 50s they advertised houses in newspapers. And it has like all the different designs, and I saw that and I'm like, yes. But when I started building it, I instantly regretted. I didn't know how to make it work, and like I gave up so many times, and every time I was like, no, I'll make it work. I have to, like, I came back to this so many times. So what I did was the room where like the yellow siding is where the bedrooms and the bathrooms are. This is obviously raised from the rest of the house, and you will notice it so in the exterior and in the interior. To visit that part of the house, you have to take the stairs. That's completely normal, even in real life. Now, I wanted this particular part of the house to be on top of a basement with walls. So I have this tutorial that you can essentially add walls to the foundation. I will link it in the eye. And this is what I used. I added roofs, and on top of that, I added the room. So it kind of looks like the foundation has walls, and the wall texture is like the foundation texture is the same as the rest of the walls texture. And it's super useful. And the thing that you need to do in that part is like to follow the tutorial is you need to have that room on not the first floor, so it won't have foundations. It needs to be in the second floor. And that creates a whole new problem for me, which I haven't anticipated. Because obviously now you cannot connect two parts of a house that are different height. And you cannot also connect two rooms. That one is first floor, like with foundation, and the other one is second floor without foundation. The stairs wouldn't work. Like, it was a nightmare. The sim didn't know how to like make her way up there, and it was so annoying. So I decided, you know what, let's make the rest of the house a second floor, which in theory was a great idea. However, I still couldn't connect the two rooms together, or I guess the two parts of the house together, because they were still on different heights. And the way you essentially connect them is by adding two roofs. Two different roof pieces next to each other. However, because this is a tiny build, it would create a lot of dead space. That dead space would need to be like actual tiles, that the tiles will take off from the actual size of the build that I could use, and it was very frustrating for me because I had to also work with constraints, like the amount of tiles that I can use. So the only way that I finally figured it out is the part of the house that there is the kitchen, it's open. So it isn't actually an enclosed room. Now this is very controversial because the lighting is very different. I'm not sure if you can hear like the neighbor kid screaming. It's very annoying. I can hear it all day. I'm sorry if you can hear it too. Very frustrating kid. But yeah, so I created like the kitchen. It has outdoor lighting, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like it because it's slightly different and it's really bothering me. But I'm happy that I found a way to make it work. And that's where the weird layout came. Because a part of the house is raised and another part of the house isn't raised. And because a big part of the house is like outdoors, I had to create different rooms that work around the two parts. And I also wanted the lighting to be like as constrained as possible, so it wouldn't, like, natural light wouldn't flow in every room. So that made it a nightmare to work with the layout too. I knew that I wanted this house to have at least 2 bedrooms, and I also really wanted to use the Murphy beds. And I like the idea of using the Murphy beds. What I don't like about it is the ones with a couch. Even though I think it's quite a cool concept, they don't have a matching sofa. And sometimes, especially in the 50s, everything matched. Like, they really created like this, and I think in the 70s too, this uniform design. And it's kind of like, okay, what looks similar to it and kind of matches, like it isn't completely the same. So I'm kind of frustrated by that, not gonna lie. And yeah, I think the couches from Parenthood is what looks a lot like it, and it makes sense, you know, it matches the rest of the things. What else? Oh yeah, also I made this room. Oops, okay, phone. That wasn't even my phone. Anyway, what I was saying, I don't recall. I think about the couches. They look kind of similar, like they have the same boxy design. Because I don't think that nowadays, at least, you want to have matching living rooms. Like, it's too fabricated and I don't really like it. But, you know, they need to match. They still need to somehow match. You can't have like a regal, I don't know, a couch with a very modern, like, futuristic one. Like, you don't match these things. I don't think you do. So yeah, I was quite upset. I think I still am, how we didn't have that many matching couches with it. Because the couches from Bowling Day, even though they kinda match, I don't like how they don't look comfortable, you know? They look like not fun to sit on. on an everyday basis. They don't have armrests, so it's like, no. They don't have pillows, no. I don't like them. I very rarely use them. What else? I don't think there's much to talk about. I think we're gonna go to the screenshots and I will try to explain everything a bit better there. Obviously this wasn't a build that I could film like doing the exterior part, because I could never like edit that out. Like I would just cut it off because it took forever to figure it. And also a good tip on how to save tiles is using the stairs as foundation. So I did that a lot because I was literally on the 100 tile mark. So the yellow part of the house is what it's raised. Like you can see the windows, that's all roofs. And then the brick part is also on the second floor, but it's also on different height. And I really like those windows with the whole yellow thing and the brick. Like it made me so happy. I think yellow is such a fun color to use, and in comparison with the bricks that gave it more a serious look, I was like, yes, please. Also, I think it's very interesting to note that in a while you will see the layout, so you will see how different and how everything floats when it's on the second floor. So yeah, this is it. I really hope you enjoyed it. I tried to explain everything as good as I could, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye!